Hey ladies, one thing about princess mindset women, one thing about it, we're not going to argue with chaos. We starve chaos. And I want to get into energy vampires, witches, people who are just leeches, because these types of people feed off their access to you. They feed off of information. So that person who you think you're having an innocent conversation with on the phone, yeah. Emotional labor, so making you jump over hurdles to prove something to them, and just your attention and proximity. They feed off of all of these things. So something I always hold true to with my boundaries is that I don't need to announce them. I just simply become unavailable. I just dip off. You won't hear from me anymore. I'll pull back my energy. I'll pull back the attention that I give you. And I just make myself scarce. That's how you battle people who are thriving in chaos, people who want to project chaos into your life, is you just simply become unavailable. And I love becoming unavailable. I love Irish goodbyes. I love not telling people when I'm done with them and just showing them with my actions, because people are big and grown and they know exactly what they're doing to you, and they're just hoping that you would stay blinded because they did mind manipulation to keep you in the friendship, in the relationship, in the family connection. And once you wake up to it, you have to move so stealthily because people don't want you to leave without saying goodbye or explaining why you're leaving. They don't want you to leave without closure or without them getting to manipulate you back into the relationship or friendship. So it's always best to just kind of remove yourself without saying anything. And the girls that get it, get it. This is not a video that's gonna resonate with everyone, but the people who have been attacked by witches, the people who have been stalked, gang stalked, mobbed, the people who suffer from pretty privilege, who have to deal with these energy vampires and demons, they will understand what I'm saying. So this video is specifically for my girlies who can relate. The girls who can relate to being attacked by witches and energy vampires and leeches will get it. And you know, when people hear the word witches, they think it's such a far-fetched concept because of how the word witch is used in pop culture. And they think when people talk about witches, they're being overly religious or overly spiritual. But witchcraft is a spectrum. It can be as little as someone gossiping about you and spreading rumors and lies, which attracts evil eye to you, which is witchcraft, as well as like mind manipulation. So trying to control your mind with projection, with backhanded compliments, negging, things like that. Like on the more extreme side, we have people who actually do spell work, who do blood sacrifices, who go to spiritual practitioners to put hexes on people. Like there is a spectrum. So when we talk about witches, we're talking about everyone across the spectrum, not just the extreme people. We're talking about the people who dabble in it on a very basic spiritual level. Gossiping about you falsely. Witchcraft is mind manipulation, when people try to control you by manipulating you. It can be something as small as that, as well as the bigger things that we see and hear about, like blood sacrifices, like doing rituals and spells on people and hexes and things like that. So there's a spectrum, so we should not be trying to diminish the word or what that means just because we may not understand it fully or because someone may not have experienced it firsthand. So princess mindset women practice energy preservation. Women who carry beauty, like exceptional beauty, women who are extremely intelligent, they're educated, they're on their stuff, they tend to attract people who want access without contribution to their life. So this looks like people who mirror you in order to get into a friendship with you. How many of you guys have experienced that? I've experienced people who will take on my personality to get my guards down, and then they completely switch up later on, and it's because they were using you, they were using yourself and your personality as a mirror to make you feel comfortable with them in order to get what they wanted from you. You also tend to attract people who observe but don't support you. So there's going to be a lot of people who you are acquaintances with who will just like to watch face a lot. They'll follow you on social media, but they won't talk to you. Like I've experienced this a lot in a lot of social groups, specifically at my dance class. You all know that I attend a dance studio, and there will be people in my dance class who will compete with me. Like this has happened maybe 2 or 3 times, but this is something I noticed just in general in my life, is when I'm in a social setting, people will compete with me or they'll be sizing me up, and then when I go home, I'll see a friend request. Or when I go home, I'll see a follow request. And it's like, oh, okay, so you were trying to, initiate me into a one-sided competition when I was in this social setting with you. You didn't say a word to me. You don't speak to me. You grill me when you see me. You got a nasty ass attitude when you look at me. But you went and found my social media account and went and followed me. First of all, that's fan behavior, but you're also showing that you really don't want to support me or be nice to me or be kind to me. You just want to observe. And that gives weirdo, that gives witch, okay? I'm telling you right now. When people show you these signs, you have to beware of these types of people because they have ulterior motives. They have a low vibration and something about your light and your energy is pissing them off, but they can't look away, okay? So energy preservation really is about just having discernment, ladies. I talk about discernment a lot. I have a discernment playlist if you all want to go check it out, because princess mindset women need to understand that people do not deserve your time. They don't deserve your emotions. They don't deserve access to you. They don't deserve to know your plans or your next move. And something I noticed is people will come into our lives as friends or acquaintances and they'll crave the intimate details about your life. Who you're sleeping with, who your man is, what job you work. They'll want to know the types of friends you have, the types of circles you run in, what your hobbies are. It's too much. And they do all of this because they need to have intel on your life in order to siphon, in order to put spells on you, in order to try to break you down and destiny swap with you. It's all very strategic. And one of the main things that you can do to combat this is starving people who don't reciprocate. Again, you have to use discernment to be able to tell this. So it's not something that's going to always come naturally. But once you realize that someone is playing on a one-sided dynamic with you, you have to be the smart one in the dynamic to be like, all right, I peep that you're using me and you're trying to siphon and you're trying to get something out of me and you think that I don't know. So you have to immediately pull back whatever it is that they're getting from you. Something I realized too is a lot of energy vampires and leeches and witches, they thrive on overgiving. So if you're a type of person that's a people pleaser, please cut it out, because you probably have a bunch of people in your life right now who are just there because they know that you're going to overgive. They know that you're going to do more than what that person deserves from you. So they get used to you always being there to listen, you always being there to help them, you always being there to explain and show up for them. But the thing about princess mindset women is we will always notice the patterns. Like, we practice discernment over here. We practice awareness, sometimes hyper awareness, which, to me, I don't think that's a problem. My ADHD already makes me hyper aware of everything. So I use that to my benefit. So once we notice these patterns, if there's no reciprocity, if they don't support you or protect you the way you support and protect them or celebrate them, access needs to be reduced, period. And one thing about me, once I start to get the little inkling that somebody is a monitoring spirit, that somebody wants intel and access to my life so that they can try to sabotage me spiritually, I stop announcing stuff. I stop explaining myself or telling people what's going on with me. I just stop. You have to learn to withhold personal information in business because people love to monitor people with big mouths, especially if you are beautiful, if you are spilling all your beans and it's attached to a beautiful face and a beautiful body and a beautiful personality. People are going to chew you up and spit you out because you are literally a walking movie theater. You are a walking TV show. You are entertainment for these monitoring spirits and people who do not wish you well. So you have to learn how to close your mouth. Some people will ask you questions, not because they care, but because they're trying to get intel. They're trying to monitor. They want to know how far you've gotten progress-wise. They want to know all your moves. They want to know where you're heading next, right? And I used to think when I was naive and when I was younger that just because someone is a smiling face or they show up consistently in my life and they appear to be a friend, quote unquote friend, that means that they're rooting for me. But I quickly learned as I got older, as I got wiser, that people are attracted to you because of your beauty, and then they're also invested in you and stick around because of all the things that are happening in your life that you're sharing with them. So princess mindset women really have to move in silence. You have to be selective with who you share your business with. Like, find a really good friend, one friend or two friends that you can really, really trust, and share stuff with them if you absolutely have to. But for me, I don't know about y'all, I keep most things to myself between me and my man and me and God. I really don't share things with women anymore because women just aren't a safe space. At the end of the day, you can't trust people as far as you can throw them. We can say we're besties and friends till we're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, I don't know what you're doing when you go home at night and you're ruminating on what I just told you. So ladies, this is what I will leave you with. When you're gatekeeping yourself, it's not coming from a place of fear. It's about self-respect. It's about how much you respect yourself to not be an open book for people who don't deserve it. Just like you lock your doors at night, not because you hate people or you hate the world, it's because you value what's inside your home. Okay? And so the same has to apply to you. Your emotions, your ideas, your vision, your softness even. You have to value that enough to protect it from people. So princess mindset women understand that access is earned and you don't owe anyone anything, period. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.